Hi friends, hi friends, hi friends. Happy Thursday. I am back from Mexico and I'm so excited to see all of you to chat tonight about emotions. Hello Lindsay, hi Mom, hello Beth, hello Carissa, hello Heather, hello everybody, Cece's here. Hello everyone, Kaylin is here. I love seeing you guys jump in. I'm so excited to chat with you tonight. Hello Shannon, hello Melanie. And I love holding space for you all in the cloud every single time that we meet here. And in case you are new on the scene, my name is Hillary LeMay, and I want to personally welcome you to another Throw It Out Thursday. Hello Lane, hello Talia, I'm so excited to see you as well. Hi Drew, hi Megan, hello. Hi guys, hi Ashley, hi Holly. And I am your label reading gangster hostess, and together we kick chemicals to the curb in the cloud, and we use our essential oils with ease and with fun, and it has never been more of an exciting time to be oiling. And we also talk all about healthy boundaries and emotional healing, and that's exactly what we are doing tonight. We are getting gritty with it and getting down to those gritty emotions that we might not have had the tools in the past to deal with. And I am an essential oil educator, a platinum global team leader, and AromaTouch certified practitioner with dOTERRA International. And I am so grateful that you have chosen to spend some of your evening with me here. So buckle up, because we have a jam-packed power hour, right? I have to make up for not being with you every Thursday. So instead of that and every other Thursday now, we have a lot to cover. Hello, Jay. Hello. Love you so much. Hello, Pamela. Hello, Joe. Hello, Amy. And I have been sharing doTERRA essential oils and running a global oil team since 2014. Hello, Elka. Hello, Mallory. I'm so excited to see you guys. And I have been bringing you my favorite recipes, ideas, life hacks, little amazing oily nuggets, and we have covered so much ground together. We have really grown like a family, and I love that we can just create this safe space. Hello Sandy. We can have this safe space to be vulnerable, because that's what we're doing tonight. We're getting vulnerable. We're talking about emotions, and sometimes that's raw, and so we like to laugh together, and sometimes we like to cry together, and it's okay, because it's in the name of healing, right? And it's all about with those essential oils as the core. And in January, before we left for Mexico, we met here to do a Got Your Oils Now What workshop, because I really wanted you to have the framework for how to start analyzing your daily health challenges and giving you a roadmap. Hello, Colleen. Giving you a roadmap for what things that you really want to work on next for the next 2 to 3 months. And when you start incorporating things, little things, after 3 months, you really start to see a difference, and it's really remarkable, and you really enjoy it. And so for most of my oil squad and many of you, emotions and mood is one of your top 3 health goals. And again, it's time to get gritty with it, and we're gonna just unearth some of that dark and twisty stuff, and that's okay. We're here to do it together. And because this essential life is all about building blocks, today, I want to dedicate our broadcast and our evening together to another foundational element of that, which is something that I do with essential oils every single day, and that is about our emotions and the emotional healing work that we do with our oils. And we are basically like a little bit more complex houseplants, but with emotions, right? So feed us, water us, give us some sunshine, and tell us we look pretty, and then all is well in the world, right? And in all seriousness, though, this is BOGO week. It is an abundant week. And we had 2 snow days, so Olivia hasn't had school for the last 2 days. But something that we talk about every single day in BOGOs, if you've been following along with Dr. Laura and I in our BOGO videos, is not just using oils for the therapeutic physical properties, but actually for, not only for remedies like a sore throat or a scrape or head tension, but for emotional challenges too. And so every day when we've been jumping on and highlighting some of our favorite things to do with these pairings of oils, we've been sharing with you both the therapeutic benefits and the emotional benefits, because we think it's so important. Oh, good, Mark, you are a smart man. Happy wife, happy life. So he is definitely doing a good thing. Hello, Andrea. Thank you for joining us. And I have been showing you the Emotions and Essential Oils Guide for Healing for years. So, but the question is, do you know how to use it? So if you have this, do you know how to use it? So not this weekend, but next weekend is my 37th birthday, and I want to do a giveaway and buy one of you a copy of this book. So if you already have it, hello Effie, hello Helen, if you already have this book and you win, you can pay it forward and give it to a friend, or I can just give you a shop credit to share oils if you'd prefer. But I actually heard from Elka just before my Periscope launch tonight, just before I went live, and she actually told me that the book just sold out. So you guys work really quickly, But what I will offer you is whoever wins, I will send you a message when I post it tonight at 11 p.m. If you are the winner, I will give you the option of having my copy. This is brand new. I've only just put a few post-its in there, but I haven't written anything in there. You're welcome to have my copy, or if you want to wait until the next shipment arrives, you're more than welcome to do that. But I will sacrifice my copy for you in the name of healing. So you can choose your own adventure, and you can let me know what you want to do if you are one of the winners. So I think tonight you are really going to be inspired to use your oils, and just like I show up for you consistently here over the years, I hope that that helps you feel inspired. Yes, I hope you love it. Yes, you're going to love it so much. Hello, Lindsay. And I hope that you felt inspired to use your oils consistently and for emotional support too. So I think that you are going to really love this, and I think you're going to also enjoy digging in a little deeper into the things that you might be experiencing and the things that maybe your children or your family members are experiencing, and you can help be that lighthouse for them. And so this platform of Periscope has been around since before Facebook Live was around and before Instagram Live was around. We're OGs, so thank you for sticking with me. And this is, again, like I mentioned, this is a safe place. So this place allows me to share my love for doTERRA, my passion for wellness living, and the freedom to connect on whatever topics we want to. Hey, Megan. And I love that because it just gives us a free pass to talk about whatever we want. And if there's something that you would like me to talk about on a Periscope in the future, you can connect with me on my website. Just go to hillarylemay.com and you can send me a little note there and mention anything that you might want to, or find me in any other of the vortexes out there. And if you would like to click the bottom 3 buttons at the bottom right corner of your screen, you can share this broadcast across your media, Facebook and Twitter and Periscope, and then that will snag you an extra entry into tonight's giveaway for this book. And you just want to make sure that entries are in by tonight at 10 p.m. Eastern, and then at 11 p.m. Eastern or thereabouts, I will be posting the winner on Instagram. So whoever wins, you'll be able to either have my copy, or you can wait for when Elka has the next shipment arrive at her shop. And all you'll have to do is simply comment either here or over on my Instagram post earlier this morning with the first oil that you ever experienced, and tap the screen also at the bottom if you'd like to send me a little heart as you're watching. If this resonates with you and you feel that you're enjoying it and you're finding it informative and you're enjoying this time that we're spending together, you can send me a little heart. And if you miss anything, if you are new, you can catch up on YouTube. You can also come back here to my Periscope recents page, and you'll be able to see my last 100 scopes, but all 184 before this are on YouTube, and you can just keyword search my name there to find all of that. So I would love for you to put up a 1 in the comments if you've ever used any edition of the Emotions and Essential Oils Guide for Healing. This is the 7th edition, so every year when the new oils are released at convention, we get a new edition of this book. So put up a 1 if you've ever used any version of this book before, and then put up a 2 if you've ever read the instructions in the beginning of the book on how to actually use this book and dive in. So I would love to see if you have done that. Hello, Brittany. Hello, everyone. I'm so excited to see you guys. It is a party. So I'm seeing a lot of 1s, and this is awesome. And I love that you guys are reading these different descriptions of the emotions and essential oils here, because this is really what this broadcast is all about. And I want to share 2 quotes with you. When you are willing to feel it, you can heal it. Okay, I'm going to say that one more time. When you are willing to feel it, you can heal it. And I have one more quote that I want to share with you because it totally resonated with me as I was prepping for this. The second quote is, if you want to fly, you need to give up everything that weighs you down. I'm going to say that one more time too. If you want to fly, you need to give up everything that weighs you down. Okay. And so I hope that that sinks in for you. You can go back and listen to that. But most people dive right in and use the book as a reference, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. Hello, Kathy. And, but tonight I want to walk you through step by step, and I'm already feeling emotional. There's like emotions bubbling at the surface. But we're going to just, you know what, we're going to heal together. It's going to be really, really awesome, I think, for you guys and for me too, because I get to heal a little bit every single day with you. But tonight, I'm going to walk you through step by step so that you are maximizing this incredible resource. And my Empowered by Oils global community is a place where we grow and we learn together. Yes, it's just making me emotional because I love you guys so much. And it's such a joy to share with you. And we just get gritty with it. So that's what we're going to do. We oil up and we do it. And my Empowered by Oils global community is just a place where we empower each other and we lift each other up. And, you know, we want to make sure that we are feeling empowered with the tools that we need to use the essential oils properly and the way that you can. Lindsay, well, get your Kleenex. I have my Kleenex ready, so you might want to grab your Kleenex if you need to. So, you know, it's just important to extend that to you. I want to extend that to you because almost every single day I get messages from people that are not getting support. They're not getting a response if they ask their oil person for help. And so I want to give you guys those tools. I want to support you. I want you to know that you have the grit inside you and the determination and the resilience that you can be in charge of your own emotional healing. And so what we're going to do tonight, first, we're briefly going to touch on the 5 stages of healing, and then we're going to touch on the tools that we can use for that emotional work. And then lastly, we're just going to kind of walk through some of the other ways to use some of the extra little supplemental things in the back of this book. So by the time that this scope is over, I think that you are going to look at this in a completely different way. Even if you put up a 1, even if you put up a 2, just trust me on this. We'll take another a little survey poll at the end and we'll see where you guys are. So the 5 stages of healing. First, stage 1 is the fact that essential oils can assist in healing the physical body, right? So we know that oils are powerful physical healers. Now, after complications with my labor and delivery with Olivia back in 2011, George and I had no idea that we would go on to have 3 very painful miscarriages between the years 2012 and 2014. But I came to doTERRA looking for physical relief, and what I got was a lot more than that. And just the emotional healing and the personal growth and the transformation that I have been able to experience has been so unexpected. And I love devoting every single day of my life to helping other people experience the same. And I love being able to share that there is hope for you, and no matter what is going on in your life, you have the tools, you have resources that you can use, and you have this community of people that we have your back. These amazing oils bring people together from all parts of the world. So many of you I have met and hugged in person, and we've cried together and we've laughed together and we've experienced amazing things together because of the pain that happened to me, and I was able to turn that into hope for me and for so many other people. So I just want to share that when you feel empowered and you feel like you are in control, that really helps you work through the things that you are going through in your life. So sharing this has really been so deep for me, and this is something that I've been wanting to share for a while, and I'm finally doing it, and I'm devoting this entire scope to this topic because it is so incredible for me to reflect back on those years. And now I have tools to help support me, and I can choose my own adventure and whatever is going on. I know that I have empowerment. I know I have these tools right at an arm's reach that I can grab. And so the second thing, that oils are powerful tools for our emotions. So we know that they can help us physically, right? But they can also help us emotionally. And oils are 40 to 60 times more potent than herbs. And oils help support the body as it fights, unfriendly microorganisms and helping detoxify our organs and balancing our body functions and raising our energetic vibrations on all of that. But emotionally, they are so incredibly powerful. So the second stage of our healing is the fact that we acknowledge the fact that essential oils assist us in releasing the heart. So when I'm having these conversations with people that, I'm helping them get started with oils, and they might ask, how did I come to doTERRA? And it's important for me to be able to articulate to them that yes, for physical reasons, oils have been so tremendous for me, but more so than that, it's the emotional healing. And so when someone comes for oils, for whatever it might be, head tension or whatever might be physical, we try to look deeper and really get gritty with it and figure out what is the root cause of some of these emotions that are causing these experiences for you physically. And when we can look at it that way, it opens up a whole new world of us feeling like, okay, I have a buffet and I can choose from the buffet based on what I'm feeling. Like if you want spaghetti or if you want steak or salmon, you can go to that spot and say, okay, this is what my body needs right now. This is what I need right now. and you can help those oils can help nourish you at the core emotionally. So this is about releasing and then receiving. And so as oils help stabilize our physical health, right? They provide us with that extra energy, that extra space needed to tap into the emotional realm. So Dr. Laura and I did an entire podcast last year on raising your vibration, and we mentioned rose and sandalwood, and definitely go back and watch that if you haven't. But as our body lives in a higher energetic vibration, lower energies like suppressed emotions and those things that cause us trauma, they become unbearable. And so as you start to evolve in your emotional growth and as you evolve in your emotional healing, you start to feel that. And so many of you are on that journey along with me. If you're in my oil team, we're doing this together through all these different exercises that we share as a team. And it's really interesting. You can start to feel it almost physically when you are around someone that is kind of swirling in this low vibrational space. And the body wants to release that. The body does not want to hang on to that. So when you feel anger, when you're feeling sadness, when you're feeling grief, when you're feeling judgment, low self-worth, literally it cannot exist in an environment where you are balanced and peaceful. So when you are working on you and you're blocking out all that negative stuff, it's allowing you to raise your own vibration, because that's gone. That stuff is not there anymore. And so we kick the chemicals to the curb, but we also kick the energy vampires and the bad vibes too. And one of my personal coaches, Shannon Hugman, tried to explain to me one day, and this just totally resonated with me, that she explained to me, instead of trying to almost like shut yourself off or block those negativity, those negative people, you almost want to just shine your light so bright that the energy vampires, and they're not ready for your light, so they go back to sleep. They turn off the light and they go away. And your light might not be for everybody. You might be shining brighter than what other people can handle, and they'll go back to bed, and the people that are meant to be vibrating high with you will join you, and they're ready to wake up. And so that really resonated with me, and it makes so much sense. You got to get those energy vamps to the curb, and it's really wonderful. And so I hope that as you start to do this emotional healing work, tapping into the oils that you need at a specific time for a specific reason, that you will start to feel that. And when you feel that, really pay attention and tune in and be aware of that icky feeling you might feel when you're around someone that is negative and complaining and in that low vibration. And then try to also remember when you feel excited and you feel like a glitter bomb that just needs to go off, and you're excited, you're happy, you're in your zone of genius, whatever that is for you. When you're doing those types of things, whether it's creatively with your work, or when you're with certain people, or at certain places in nature, or whatever it is, think about those places and those experiences and those times that you feel that you're vibrating highly and that you just feel happy to be alive and aware, and try to have more of those experiences. Try to seek out as many of those experiences as you can. And so when oils found me, I didn't want to stay in a place of anger. I didn't want to stay in a place of sadness. I didn't want to stay in a place of disappointment. I made a different choice, and we had baby names picked out. We had daydreamed about vacations that we would take our children on together. And, we had visions of what our family would like and family would look like. And when that is snatched away from you, unexpectedly and painfully and abruptly in a traumatic way, you can feel stuck, and that's very common. And space is what essential oils can help you create. So these bottles are tools that really help us hold space for our own emotional healing timeline. And so I'm going to oil up right now. I'm going to put a drop of balance into my palms. This is one of the first oils that was introduced to me in addition to deep blue. And so I am just going to put a drop of balance, which is the grounding blend, into my palms and warm it up. This is Balance, the grounding blend. I love this so much. This is this is an absolute must. And I'm going to just take a deep breath. And it just feels really good to be able to say, I need some grounding right now, because there's a lot of emotions and I'm sharing with you and I'm being vulnerable, but I love having these tools with me at the ready at all times. It is so incredible to feel that you have tools to support you no matter what you need. It should be a part of your morning routine. You can roll this on the bottom of your feet. You can roll this on your pulse points, anything. Balance is an absolute top shelf oil in our home. And so as these essential oils are creating space for you, you're able to release and you're able to receive So you're receiving the good and you're releasing the bad. And those are two main principles for understanding how we start to heal. And so I'm a verbal processor, in case you didn't notice. But if something's bothering me, if I'm excited about something, I have to tell you. I have to verbally process it. It has to come out. I can't just sit and ponder about it. I have to share it. And so I think maybe that's why one of the reasons I love being able to have this space to connect with you, or just, yes, lyrical gangster, exactly. I think that's one of the reasons that this form of connection really resonates with me, because I can feel your energy. I can feel your energy through the screen. I can feel your love and support, and it's like, it's the most amazing thing ever. So when you find something that lights you up and makes you feel good, do it as many times as you can, as long as it is good for others and doesn't hurt anybody, of course. Do that as much as you can. Seek out those experiences to feel that way, because that is good for the soul. And when you are at peace, and when you are balanced and you're vibrating high, none of that bad juju can hang out and stay there at all. So we have to release that trapped negative emotions, right? So if our container is full, we can't fit anything else in there. We can't fit anything good in there. So we have to empty the trash. We have to kick it to the curb, and then we can do more cleanup, right? And so this is why I talk a lot about healthy boundaries, right? Saying no to the things that don't serve us, so that we can empty those buckets of negativity and we can eliminate that, so then we can say yes. And we can be open to all the things that raise our vibration, right? So Melaleuca is a great oil to use for healthy boundaries. And Holly's saying sometimes just smelling an oil is comforting. You are so right. Just like the smell of like a Christmas tree. That is like a great example. Or a smell of a fresh rose. Perfect example. That those are very familiar smells to us. We know how that smells. It just triggers something in our mind, and we feel loved, or we feel comforted, and it is really awesome. And so Melaleuca is a great oil for healthy boundaries. So if you snag this during this week's BOGO, then you are definitely going to love harnessing the power of Melaleuca, which is tea tree oil, for all those healthy boundaries. And so this is like a muscle that we're working out. So lifting weights to be stronger. The more we let go and trust, the more enjoyable the process will be. So the more that you lift weights, the stronger you're going to be. The more you practice saying no to the things that you don't want to say yes to, means that you are going to enjoy the process more, because then you're enjoying your life, and your time is going to be spent doing things that make you happy, that light you up, that raise your vibration. And that is what we want to do. Chemicals to the curb, energy vampires to the curb, bad juju to the curb, emotional baggage to the curb. You know what? And the thing is too, we want to honor that place. We want to honor that place to acknowledge who we were at a certain time. It's important to acknowledge and honor that person, honor that space, honor that experience, because it's allowed you to move past it and get to where you are now. And even if you're just starting out on this journey, honor yourself right now. Honor you. Honor your own self, and you've survived every single one of your hardest days so far. Guess what? Because if you're watching this Periscope, that means you have survived the hardest days of your life. And when I think about that, that gives me so much hope, because I feel like, yes, of course we have. And if we've survived the hardest days, we will continue to do that, and we will just take one foot in front of the other and keep going. And so you may roll your eyes with me, roll your eyes at me in a loving way, because I say this a lot, that if it makes you uncomfortable, it makes you nervous, and it makes you scared, in a healthy way, of course, it's what you need to do over and over and over again, as much as possible. So if that means saying no to somebody that it makes you feel bad, or it makes you feel awkward, you need to do it more. Because guess what? When you continue to do it and do it and do it over and over again, it doesn't feel that way anymore, and you work through it. I promise you, I am here to tell you, I promise you, okay? I absolutely 100% promise you. I'm a perfect example of that. So the next point that I want to make is that oils don't do the work for us. They actually create that time and space. They foster the right environment for us to have that self-awareness and to actually be aware, so that we can release and then we can receive. So we have to release and then receive, and it's a beautiful cycle. And I like to use gardening as an example. So I know my mom's on here, I know Beth is on here, I know we have a lot of gardeners out there. So you might pull the weeds, right? So you might go around your lawn and you might pull the weeds out, and maybe instead you might try adding some water, softening the soil a little bit, and then allowing the entire weed and the root to lift out. So you're getting everything, right? So oils are preparing that emotional soil to make it a little more graceful as we remove the weeds and the root down below, not just on the surface, right? So that's really what we want to do. The oils aren't doing that for us. We're doing that for us. We're making the choice and saying, this is what I need right now. I'm advocating for me. I need this right now. I need to release this so that I can receive that. And that is how we do it. And so we are reaping the fruits of our labor when we garden this way. And the same goes for your wellness and emotional healing journey, that sometimes it's dirty. Sometimes it's messy. Sometimes it's really, really dark and twisty and ugly. But working through these emotions is always necessary. It is always necessary. The next stage 3 is that emotions, that essential oils assist us in releasing those limiting beliefs and the emotions around the limiting beliefs. So beliefs are deeply rooted, just like the weeds in the garden. They are deeply rooted in our subconscious mind. So the conclusions that we make about experiences, the conclusions that we make about situations, create the framework for these ideas. And this affects our emotions and the way that we view the entire world. And when I coach people, when I am working with my clients one-on-one and my oil team and everything, and we're working together on goals and on supporting them and the things that they want to do, this becomes extremely clear to me. And there are repeat experiences that happen in our lives that reinforce these limiting beliefs, and they sink deeper and deeper and deeper, and we associate those experiences with the emotions we felt at that time. So again, for example, I love using my first Periscope in 2015 as an example because I was terrified. And you can watch my progression from 2015 until now through my YouTube videos. And even when I watch some of my earlier videos, I kind of cringe because I'm like, wow, I was really awkward. But you know what? I still showed up anyway, and I put a smile on my face too. But that was a perfect illustration. I had no idea what I was doing. And I was afraid, and I didn't do it for so long. Months and months and months would go by, and I would jump on these people's Periscopes, and some of these people were actually in Mexico. And it was very interesting because I was observing them, and I'm thinking like, yep, that was really helpful for me to experience because, watching some of these presidential diamond leaders, doing these videos, and I realized they're just the same as me. We all poop. We all put our pants on the same way. I can totally do that. And why do I think I can't? Why do I think I can't? Right? And so you have to acknowledge that there is, at least for me, I felt like there is a message that I had to share, and it needed to happen. And I felt compelled to do that. And so even though maybe in the past, for whatever reason, I made these conclusions that, just because of a perception that I have about what it means to be doing live media and putting yourself out there on video, you have to be a certain way, because I assumed, and I was making judgments about other people that I saw and assuming I had to be that way. When in reality, I didn't want to be that way. I didn't want to be like anyone. I wanted to just be myself. And so I had no idea what I was doing, but I knew I had a message to share. So I reached into my Emotions and Essential Oils book, and I was like, help me. And I found spearmint, and spearmint is the oil of confident speech. And for probably the first 50 Periscopes, I would put this oil behind my ears and a drop of it on my tongue. And this helped me. And I used Balance, the grounding blend, as I just showed you. I used this on the bottom of my feet. And I used cedarwood, which is the oil of community, in a roller with wild orange, which is the oil of abundance. And how did I figure that out? Because I used my handy dandy Emotions and Essential Guide for reference and for emotional healing. And spearmint is amazing. It helps you just feel you can use the words, you've got the words, and you're sharing them, right? And so whether you fumble over your oils, whether you fumble over your words, whatever it is, it's just about being able to share your voice and share your passion, and it doesn't have to be perfect. And so I love wild orange too because it's the oil of abundance. And so it kind of helps remind you that you are a deliberate creator and you're in charge, and nobody can define that for you. And it's really amazing. Okay, so I'm just kind of showing you as we're talking through these things how I use this reference guide as the years have progressed. And so I felt like this is something I've never done a broadcast on, and I really want to share it with you guys because it's such a staple in in the things that I do every day, because I'm always looking it up. You know, when someone has a question or they need support for something, I look it up, and I have this tool. I don't have to remember every little oil and every property over time, because I use these oils so much. That happens organically. But after I finished that very first Periscope, I was like, oh my God, that was so much fun. I can't wait to do it again. And it was so much fun that I haven't stopped. So, you know, that was in 2015, and now it's 2019, and here we are. So I love to jump on live media every week in some form or another, Instagram stories, Instagram live, you know, the Facebook live in our group. And it's not that it doesn't still give me anxious feelings, it does, but I've reframed the belief that I have around that, because my oils have helped allow me to hold space for my own creativity, and it's just been really incredible. And I'm not the best. I don't claim to be an expert. I don't claim to be a guru. You'll never hear me say those words, but I'm showing up, and in my mind that is good enough for me, and that's all I can ask of anyone, is just to do their best. So I've got my Franking Copaiba for anxious feelings, and this is what I do now. Before every Periscope, I put a drop or two of my Franking Co underneath my tongue for cellular support and for support with anxious feelings, because I've dealt with anxious feelings for my entire adult life, and essential oils have truly, truly helped me take those feelings and have a purpose for them. Give them a purpose. Give them a way to be reframed and utilized in a better, productive way. And so this is a lifesaver and a staple in our home. And so now I have the awareness to use my oils to support me in whatever I might be feeling, because in the past when I did so, it helped support me. And that's reframing the idea that last time I needed some grounding, and so when I used balance, it helped me feel grounded. So I'm gonna use balance again because I want to feel grounded. And that's the same thing. When I'm hungry, I go eat, and when I eat, I feel great. And when I'm hungry, I don't feel good. And so this is the releasing and the receiving, and you're hopefully seeing this connection here. And so then stage 4 of our healing is that I keep saying emotional because obviously I am, that essential oils increase our spiritual awareness and our connection. So speaking of awareness, being mindful of your intention and feeling connected is so crucial when you are doing some emotional healing work. So yes, horrible things happen to me, and my health and my emotional well-being suffered, you know, just before essential oils found me. But I put oils in my hands, I put oils on my body, I used oils, and they worked for me. And so since then, I felt compelled to share them with others, and I did. And then I wanted to share them with even more people, and then I did. And so even though the idea of jumping on live media terrified me, my intention was to help heal others. And so my intention, I needed to allow the fear to release so that I could receive the acceptance within myself, to accept myself as I was and say, I don't need to be perfect. That's not my mission. My mission is to share hope with others. And so my people will find me and they'll take me as I am. And you guys have, and I'm so grateful for you every single day. And so I really resonate with that, because it's teaching others that the fear is just an illusion. And my fear of not being good enough was holding me back. And then all those months of holding back could have been all of those months of me pouring hope into other people. And so it actually didn't matter to me anymore whether people thought I was good or not, whether I had a lot of followers or not. It was all about, and it has always been and will continue to be, the message that I feel like I have to share, whether it's making a new cleaning recipe, or making a new recipe in the kitchen with oils, or making a new elderberry syrup recipe for whatever, or sharing with you about emotional healing. It's all about the message, and I knew that the people that were meant to hear my message would hear it, and you're hearing it now, and that goes to show you that this is how you can heal emotionally. And so my passion and love for sharing and connecting with others allows me to heal a little more each day. And every time I get to share my story, and every time I get to connect with you guys, it helps me heal, because I'm releasing and then I can receive. And it's so beautiful. And then stage 5 is that essential oils inspire the fulfillment of our life's purpose. And these are all outlined in this book. So when you get this book, hopefully one of you on here is going to get this for free, but you can go and check in with the Instagram as well. So if you're not watching live, but you still entered, you'll still be obviously in the giveaway. So, but when you put these pieces together, it brings you so much clarity, and you can actualize what you truly want to do. You can actualize what you want to feel. You can actualize what you want to experience, what you want to surround yourself with, because you're releasing the negative, you're draining that, you're pouring that out, and you're emptying that cup. So that cup is going to overflow and be filled with receiving the abundance and the community and the grounding and all those things that I've been using my balance for. And all those things that I've been using my cedar wood for. I love connecting with you guys in this virtual community, and having the confidence to speak what's on my heart with you guys, right? And then feeling that abundance and letting that abundance flow into my space and allow me to share my passion with you. And so people start to notice. They do. I'm telling you right now, people will start to notice, and they might not mention it. They might not say a word, but maybe 6 months from now, maybe a year from now, maybe 2 years from now, maybe 3 years from now, that's going to happen. And so when that happens, I would love for you to reach out to me and tell me and let me know and say, hey, remember when you said that? Yeah, a year later, people reaching out to me and saying, what is going on? I'm noticing that you're different. You're, the way that you carry yourself, the way that you articulate yourself, and the way that you deal with surroundings and with the things that come into your life unexpectedly and adversity, you're different, and you can share your own healing journey with them. So next we're going to switch gears a little, and we're going to chat a little bit more about some practical tools that we can use in tandem with our oils when we're ready to start the emotional work, right? Okay, so meditation is the first one. The 3 yoga oils are great to use if you have these. They have specific instructions on how to use them for mindfulness exercises. Now, whether you want to meditate sitting up or lying down, listening to a guided meditation is one of my personal favorites, because as someone that has dealt with anxiety for my whole adult life, it's hard to turn off your mind. It's hard to really center your thoughts on something unless you have a guide for that. And so I love the Insight Timer app. It is free and it's in the App Store, and I highly recommend it. You can search for guided meditations that are 5 minutes or for 10 minutes or 15 minutes, and they're all separated by category. So you can listen to a meditation for abundance. You can listen to a meditation for anxious feelings. You can listen to a meditation for restful sleep, and it's really amazing. So I love to listen to that when I'm taking a bath, and it just sort of helps me wind down and kind of release any of those emotions that I might want to release that day. And so you can also flip through this book to just kind of peruse and see what is going on and what kind of strikes you. You can also use the emotions wheel. That really helps you as well, so that you can concentrate on a certain emotion or a certain experience that you want to work through or release or sit with. And so this is the emotions wheel. You can also get this, I believe, on Share Oils, and it has the negative emotions on one side, and then it has the positive properties on the other side. So this is a really neat tool, and I think you would really resonate with this as well, because it's got all the different oils on the outside, and it lines them up with the positive properties of each on the inside, and then the same on the other side. It has the oils around the outside and some negative emotions that you might be feeling on the inside, and it helps you match exactly which oil can help support you as you work through those negative emotions. So journaling is another one. So there is a beautiful journal that I highly recommend, and many of you have this. This is called Practice You, and it is I believe this is a New York Times best-selling book, and this is a guided journal with prompts, and I highly recommend that you get this if you are feeling like you might want to journal and you're not really sure how to do it. It has so many incredible thought-provoking exercises that actually can also help guide you through your meditative practices as you sort of marinate on these ideas. And this book was written by a dOTERRA Presidential Diamond leader, Elena Brower. She's also a world-renowned yogi, and she led us in sunrise yoga on the beach in Mexico, and I got to chat with her and connect with her, and I cannot speak more highly of her and her teachings. And there are 3 main ways to journal. So if you want to have a guided journal like this is great. Like for an example, on this page it says, these are the creative states I am inviting in right now. So as you're releasing and as you're receiving, you can use this space to just freely journal about things. That's true. It is so pretty, but maybe you can just use these as a guide and journal in another journal for the prompts. So let me go to another one. This one says, I choose to be the source. I choose to be adaptable. I choose to be safe. I choose to be sweet. I choose to be. And then on the other page, it says, I choose And at the bottom it says, this is what I choose to be today. So whatever you're going through, you can use this as a guide to help you journal out some of the things that you might be feeling. So I love this so much. It's beautiful. It's got all these beautiful watercolors in there. And so this is really fun. But there are 3 main ways to journal. So you can start a gratitude journal. That's a really fun one where you just, every day write 1 or 2 things that you're grateful for. The second one is free writing. So just your stream of consciousness, kind of randomly writing whatever comes to mind. And then the third one is letter writing, where you're working out your feelings to someone, not necessarily with the goal in mind to mail it to them or for them to know, but just so that you can actually go through the motions of releasing the things that you want to say. And Elka, yes, gratitude journaling is awesome because it really helps you. And when you're in a state of gratitude, you can't be mad, you can't be angry, you can't be negative because you're so grateful and you're filled up with that gratitude that it makes you want to pay that forward and you want to do things for other people that just light you up. So it's a really fun cycle to do that. Now, writing down your feelings also, as you have probably already experienced, helps you release any of the stagnant energy that might be swirling around there. It increases your self-worth. It invites in calm because when you're journaling, you can't be multitasking. You can't be doing anything else with your hands. It helps keep you centered. And these are just a couple little powerful tools to help you work through the beginning stages of this emotional work. And so as you're journaling, you can look through the guide and figure out an oil that resonates with you, and you can diffuse that, or you can roll that onto your space. I know Peace, the reassuring blend, is one of my absolute favorites, and Olivia loves this blend so much, and we put this down her spine every night before bed. And I just love putting this oil on as perfume. Like, you can just roll it behind your ears as perfume. You can roll it into your palms however you like. And of course, I love to put my little root and petal roller caps on there for color. And you can just kind of rub that in and warm that oil up. And you can put that in your hands and just take a couple deep breaths. But if you feel like you need reassurance, if you feel like you just need a little bit of a hug for your soul, these oils are here and they're waiting for you. And it's so beautiful to be able to tap into whatever you might want. The next area of some tools that we can use for supporting the emotional work that we're going to be doing is personal inventory. So make a self-assessment, and you can just make a good old-fashioned list with your strengths and your qualities on one side of the chart, and maybe some of your weaknesses, some of your limiting beliefs, or things that are holding you back on the other. And this can help you start to assess and work through some of the things as you see it visually, allowing you to maybe more organize the thoughts that you're experiencing. So the simple act of identifying what might be out of balance can raise your mindfulness tenfold. So for me, I'm a verbal processor. I love to communicate and share what's going on and talk things out and articulate myself. And if there's tension with someone, I need to discuss it with them. I don't like to be harboring negativity or like this sort of heavy weight of that. And so for me also, I love to write things down. I'm a list maker. I love crossing things off. It's very satisfying when I get something accomplished, like a task or a project. And so if that resonates with you, you might find that doing that personal inventory in a visual way really helps you, because it's like it's like cathartic, that it's released out of you and onto the paper. And just literally the physical act of just doing that can be so therapeutic for you. Another tool that we can use for helping work through this emotional baggage that we might be wanting to really release this year, and so we can receive all the abundance back into our life, is nature therapy. This is one of my favorites. We are outside people. Fresh air is therapy. Fresh air, sunshine, exercise, even if that means sledding and getting cold or whatever it is in your environment right now, walking, jogging, playing, gardening, grounding yourself with your feet in the sand if you're at the beach, grounding yourself with your feet on the dirt, putting your hands in the grass, laying and watching the clouds. Using nature as therapy is a powerful way to find more peace in your daily routine. So if you can incorporate that every day, morning walks are one of my favorite things. I love to roll on some cheer or motivate. And if you got any of the BOGOs from this week, you hopefully will have both of these coming your way. So cheer is the uplifting blend and motivate is the encouraging blend. And so if you need a little boost to get yourself out and getting that fresh air in the morning, put on your oils, look into the book and figure out what oils will help you. And Brittany's saying that bare feet in the grass is one of her favorite tantrum tamers. And it's true, because when you are grounding yourself in the earth, there's just something really therapeutic about that. And as a little side note, this is why the service day that we did in Mexico leaves such an imprint on me and truly will be forever, because the infrastructure that we were able to establish actually creates outdoor therapy spaces for the children with special needs to use nature to help them feel calm. And we take that for granted, and it's something that you appreciate and that you incorporate whenever possible. And so you can roll on some of that Motivate if you snag the BOGO and get your feet moving. And by just being able to help create that love wall of protection, allows those children to enjoy being outdoors. And again, we just take that for granted. Olivia's like, can I go play outside? Absolutely. Enjoy. Come back at 5 o'clock for dinner, and she gets to have that freedom of that safety. And so that's something that we take for granted. So if you've not gotten fresh air, if you've not gotten out of your house, I highly recommend doing that. That will just clear your thoughts, change your vibe, and it'll be really therapeutic for you. And the next one is personalized modalities. So whether it's having a dance party for one in your kitchen, playing with your kiddos, doing a craft, verbally processing with a friend over some tea, having a magnesium mafia, Epsom salt bath, therapy session with yourself is one of my favorites. It's my quiet time. I get to kind of just look and see, what am I feeling? What kind of oils do I want to incorporate into my bath tonight? And I love being able to have that choice and having the tools in the book all in one place to reference and say, okay, that's what I want. I want to pair these two oils together. And I love coming up with new combinations. It's so easy to get stuck in our favorites. But I'm hoping that, especially from maybe you getting some new oils during BOGO week, especially petitgrain. Petitgrain is a new oil for many of you, and I love petitgrain. And I hope that if you get this oil, you'll try it in a magnesium bath, because it's delightful. And along the same lines, you want to just choose whatever modality is going to resonate with you and serve you. So give yourself the time, give yourself the space and the grace to pair an essential oil you're choosing with any practice that serves you. And of course, as I was mentioning, I love using petitgrain in my baths all week. And Monday's BOGO was a petitgrain and a lavender. And this is the oil of ancestry. This is the oil that helps us accept the past and find peace through our own journey and through our own life to cultivate new positive connections. And that could not resonate with me more. So when that was a BOGO, I was like, yes, because this is such a beautiful oil to bring into your home, because whatever happened to you, you don't have to be a victim. That does not have to define you. You get to choose, and you can say, you know what? I'm choosing different. I'm choosing a different path, and you are in control. You are at the wheel, and oils are right beside you. So this is really fun for me to share with you guys. And then the last one is healthy habit architecture. So all the emotional work that we're doing is enhanced by building a solid foundation physically. So if you want to be able to run 10 miles, you need to start with 1 mile. And when you get consistent and you commit to exercising, and maybe you jog a little farther every day, maybe there's a bench at the end of the 1 mile marker, and maybe you jog 1 minute past the bench. And then the next day you jog 2 minutes past the bench. And the next day you jog 3 minutes past the bench. Eventually you're able to run 10 miles, and you've created new habits, and you've achieved something that you didn't think you could. And emotional healing works the same way. And just like with my leadership team, we were prepping for BOGOs, and the real meat of this is the education piece, is sharing with the people in our lives what these amazing pairings of oils can do for you physically and emotionally. And so I challenge them, jump on live media every day this week, jump on Instagram, jump on Facebook, share your passion and share what you love about these particular oils each day with the people in your life. And once you do that, doing that for 5 days, after a while, you're like, okay, this isn't too bad. Like, yes, I'm still scared. Yes, I'm still sweating, but did I do it anyway? I did. And that you feel so powerful standing in those grounded shoes of, wow, I did it. And I can do it again. And then I can do it a little bit more and a little bit more. And then it's like, hey, look at, I'm doing it. I'm doing these things. And so what I love about the work that I get to do with my oilers every day that you saw last time with our Got Your Oils Now What workshop is that we take a look at the things, just 2 or 3 things that we want to improve in our daily wellness, and we commit to making small, sustainable new habits. We walk maybe 1 minute past the bench. The next day we walk the 2 minutes past the bench. The next day we walk 3 minutes past the bench. And next thing you know, you've left everybody else around the couch and you're a different person. It's like 180 degrees from where you were when you started. And so just by taking your vitamins every day, by moving your body every day, by making good choices with your foods, you're sending a message of self-worth to you and also to the people around you that are observing it. But this is building on that, and that building block is helping you feel a sense of pride, a sense of self-assurance and self-worth that makes you want to continue because you love how it makes you feel. And guess what? That is what emotional healing is all about. Having tools, having resources, and then taking inspired action as the knowledge and the process goes through, and it can help you clear the weight from those things that were weighing on your heart. Because when we have these tools and resources, they're not going to work for us unless we do the work. We have to actually put those action steps into play, and then we see growth. And so now we're going to switch gears and talk about using our oils. So super quickly, just to review, because we did this when we did our Got Your Oils Now What, but topically. So we use our oils topically. We use rollers on our pulse points. We take a palm inhale like you saw me do. And then aromatically, we use our oils for diffusing in our space. So you can't see it, but I have my Anton diffusing and humidifying my office right now. And then internally, we can take oils internally, just like I showed you with our frankincense and copaiba. So under the tongue, you can choose your own adventure with how you want to harness your oils. That's for you to decide. There's really no wrong way. You just want to make sure that you're diluting warmer oils if you're using them topically. But as you saw, I put a drop of balance in my hands and I warmed that up, and I took some deep palm inhales. So that's aromatic use. And then I put the piece behind my ears, and that's topical use. And then I've got the diffuser going, and then I have Frank & Co on board that I take before I go live. So as you're seeing, you can really, in such very small ways, you can start implementing these things into your daily routine. Now, using the reference guide, the first thing about this that I love is the oil descriptions. The main body of this book is divided into the individual descriptions for each oil and for each blend. So if you open up, so someone in the comments put one of your favorite oils, and then I'm going to turn to that page because it's interactive and we like to do things together. It's teamwork. So one of you just put down, just shout it out in your comments, one of your favorite oils. Okay, On Guard. So On Guard today is our protective blend. So in the back is where we'll find all of our blends. So I'm going to go to On Guard. So On Guard is the protective blend. And so that's helping us with healthy boundaries and feeling protected, capable, independent, and strengthened. So Juniper Berry is one of my favorites. So we're going to go with that one. And this is how you use it. You just switch the page that you need. Juniper Berry is the oil of the night. So this is going to help you feel protected and peaceful and courageous and self-aware if you're feeling irrational fears, if you're having recurrent nightmares, or if you're having disruptions in your sleep. Serenity is a great one. So Serenity. And Serenity is great with balance. They're a really great combo. So Serenity is the oil of tranquility. So if you are feeling stressed or emotional overload, feeling agitated or restless or disconnected, Serenity is going to help you feel calm, tranquil, peaceful, relaxed, and connected. And so there is a whole entire narrative on each of the pages here for each oil. It's really bright, so it's hard to see, but it goes into a lot more detail. But then at the bottom, it just really quickly highlights for you the negative emotions that you might be feeling and how this oil can help support you. Using this oil will help bring out these positive properties for you emotionally. So that's the oil descriptions element of this book. That is the main body and the meat and potatoes of this book. So reading the descriptions helps you determine which oil is best suited for your situation and how you want to feel. Now, decoding our emotions is another cool thing here. So if you aren't sure, you can flip to the appendix. Let's see, Brittany's saying Serenity and Balance are the gateway. They are such a powerful combo, totally. And if you're not sure, you can use the appendix. So you're gonna flip to page 135. So there's a supplemental page set in the back here. So page 135, for example, here. Okay, so you can use the example of sadness. So on page 135 here, and again, it's a little bit bright, so you might not be able to see this, but it's kind of a grid, and so it shows you all these different elements, the emotion, the physical indicator, and then a mental or emotional indicator. And so for the emotion of sadness, the associated emotions with sadness are hurtful, sorrowful feelings, loss, grieving, and feeling lonely. And then the physical indicator that you're going to physically feel are heaviness in your chest, a lump in your throat, maybe tears, aches and pains, feeling fatigued. And then the mental or emotional indicator, and this is all in this grid here, so you're going to be able to tap into this and all four of these columns here. Mentally or emotionally, these things are going to be indicators. So feeling heaviness, Blue, feeling apathy, feeling betrayal, feeling isolated, feeling sorrowful, feeling hopeless, or feeling despair. So if you are feeling sadness, you can use this example and you can read the physical and the mental indicators that align with the associated emotion that you are experiencing. And this helps you feel more aware of your emotions on both levels, not just simply, and actually simply the act of digging into the book and into things can help reframe you and maybe help you sort through what you're feeling, but it gives you a little bit of perspective into understanding some of the emotions and then the physical manifestations of your emotions. So when you feel a certain emotion, physically you feel something. It's not just that your emotions without anything else. It's what physically is changing inside you as well. And then the negative emotions and positive properties are on page 137, okay, so that we can go to that section. And this is the negative emotions and positive properties section. Again, it's a little bit bright, so you can't really see that, but this is going to help us find an emotion and match it up with the corresponding oil. So start to understand the negative emotions and the converse positive properties. So for example, and we can go through here and find sadness. So we found the negative emotion of sadness, and it shows ylang ylang is the essential oil. So if you're feeling sadness or overanalyzing, the positive properties when you are using ylang ylang is going to help you feel freedom, playful, and intuitive so that you can sort through your emotions. So you can start to understand these and how they connect with each other when you are using this as a reference. And then you can also dig in a little even deeper. Now you can go to page 147. Let's see. Now you can also go to the quick keyword search. This is on page 162. And again, it's a little bright, so you might not be able to see that. But this is a keyword search, and it's alphabetical. So if you want to look up sadness, you just go to the S section, and this is on page 162, and you can see the oils that it recommends. And ylang ylang is one of the oils that the book recommends when you are feeling sadness. So this is the cool emotional index, as it's another way for you to tap into these oils. And then of course here is just the beginning of that. So it's saying ylang ylang, petitgrain, all these oils are oils that you can use for whatever you're feeling. Now let's say you're feeling abandoned. You can use frankincense, myrrh, marjoram, geranium, and manuka. So this is gonna help you alphabetically, one by one, go through the emotions so that you don't have to sift through all the other pages. You can actually just tap into exactly, directly honed in on exactly what you're feeling and which oil that can help you, support you in that way. And I showed you this earlier, but the colored emotions wheel can also do the same thing. So I put this little post-it by the word sad, and you probably can't see it because it's too small. But when you look at the section here that says sadness, and one of the words in here is sad, and then when you go to the side, it shows the word ylang ylang. It shows the oil. Ylang ylang is the oil of the inner child. So when you're feeling sad, when you're able to start feeling more playful, and those emotions can help eliminate and let you release some of that sadness and then receive some of that playful joy. So this is a cool reference too, because all of these things coincide with each other. So the book has all of these special sections for you, the positive and negative emotions, and you can match them up just one by one. You can look them up in the back by alphabetical order. So that's a super simple way to do that. So this is just such an incredible guide that I love so much. And I wanted to walk you through comprehensively all of the elements in this book. So the oil descriptions, the decoding your emotions, the emotions and positive properties, and the emotions index, and then of course the color wheel that will go along with it. So if you buy the package of these items together, you get them both bundled in. And then a couple other references that I love, of course, in general, is the Essential Life book, which I've shown for years, and I totally love this. Another great one is the I Am Fabulous book. This is by a Blue Diamond leader in doTERRA, Desiree Mangendog, and it's got so many cool emotional blends in here that are powerhouses for whatever you might be feeling. So I'm going to flip to one, and this one says, Soothe the Soul. So this one is to be used when your spirit is exhausted and you've endured severe hardship. This blend is appropriate for circumstances like leaving a job or difficulty in relationships, and it goes on. But it breaks down the blends for each of these things like cedarwood, cassia, wintergreen, clary sage, and white fir. So for example, cedarwood is a grounding oil that calms your nerves and it addresses loss and disappointment that are buried deep there. Cassia brings comfort to the heart and reminds you that everything will be okay. Wintergreen detaches you from the hardships you've endured. So as you can see, these are all amazing resources to use when you want to tap into emotional healing. And last but not least, another one that I love is this book called Anchor to Your Strengths. And if you've taken the Clifton Strengths Finder, I highly recommend this book. This actually matches individual essential oils with your strengths. So if you are, let's say, for example, if harmony is one of your top 5 strengths, then petitgrain, neroli, and coriander are 3 great oils that will support you, because petitgrain is steam distilled and it has a complex smell that allows individual parts to work as one. Neroli promotes harmonious partnerships and teamwork, and coriander serves others, even to the point of self-neglect. It is loyal and bonded. So if you have harmony in your top 5 strengths, some anchor oils that can really anchor and support you and help promote that strength from coming out are in this book. So this is really, really a cool book. I love digging into my strengths because it really helps me live to my purpose, and it helps me tap into what my natural tendencies are and how to help support that in a healthy way. So we covered a lot of ground. Phew. We can all take a breath. I know you guys know that I'm not a surface level person. I don't like small talk. I like to get gritty with it. We're going to dig into there, and I like to just get down underneath where it's dark and twisty, and we just like to unearth all this stuff. We're going to release it, and then we're going to receive all the abundance, and we're going to just take it one step at a time together. And I hope you'll share with me what you experience as you start to use your reference guide, maybe in more of a profound way. I would love for you to put up a 1 now in the comments if you found this helpful, if it helps you feel like you can use these reference materials, and especially the Emotions and Essential Oils Guide for Healing, to help you start working on your own emotional healing journey. And I hope to see lots of 1s, because it really is, it takes a village, and it is so fun to be able to say, hey, we've got these great oils, but what the heck do we do with them? Well, this is what we do with them. We use them for our physical health and healing. We use them for our emotional health and healing, and it is so complex, and it is not going to be something that happens overnight. And I have been sharing oils since 2014, and I just feel like I'm only just beginning now. So I hope that you will get comfortable and just sink into that commitment to yourself, that you deserve to feel great, and you deserve to feel a sense of self-worth, and you deserve all the things that you want to manifest in your life. So before we close our broadcast tonight, I want to remind you, you can go to hillarylemonade.com. It is our home base. So if you want to connect with me there, if you want to leave feedback about what we talked about tonight, you can send me a little note. If you want to get started with oils, you can reach out to me there and you can get started. You can send me a message and we can chat about some of these emotional challenges that you want to work through, and I can help listen to the things that you might be dealing with and synthesize them into a couple great, really concentrated suggestions for how we can dig into some of this emotional healing together. So I would love to hear how this is going for you as you start to use this reference guide in a more concise way. And I just encourage you to make some of your 90-day wellness goals, make at least one of them something to do with your emotional healing and your emotional health. And it gives you that chance to do a little energetic check-in with yourself as you work through some of that emotional baggage that you might be carrying around with you, and it might be affecting your health in other ways. The chronic head tension, the chronic, intestinal issues that you might be feeling, insomnia. Some of these things are manifestations physically of what's going on inside. And so I look forward to continuing to serve you and helping you see changes in your wellness this year more than ever before, and how accessible it really, really is for you to use your oils that you invested in. If you're watching this, 99% of you probably have oils. You invested in them. I want you to use them. And I want you to use them in a way that feels really good for you, that helps you see progress and see actual changes. And if you are ready to begin and dig into oils, when you get started with me, you get plugged into all of the research, all of the replays, all of my classes, all of my workshops, all of the emotional labor that I have shared with everyone in my oil team since 2014. It's all archived and it's all there for you for you to research and for you to access and dig up anytime you need it. So don't forget the updated broadcasting schedule. I will see you back here on Thursday, March 14th. We're going to do a little pre-St. Patty's Day green flare with our oils. And the first Thursday of March, I will be in Atlanta. So that will be for the dOTERRA Leadership Conference. And I'm super excited to connect with so many of you there. If you see me, please do not be shy. Come give me a hug. Let's chat and let's just enjoy that moment together. But I did get a little sneak peek that there will be some new products announced at Leadership that we will probably get April 1st. So this is not an April Fool's joke. Emily Wright said this on our leadership call the other day. So you will be the first ones to know when those announcements are made. I will be sharing them with you. So thank you as always for holding space for me, for trusting me in all my imperfectness, and just holding space for me. And I love when you tag me on Instagram or Facebook, and when you're trying my DIYs or you're trying some of these oils that maybe I shared with you, a diffuser blend or whatever. So I would love for you to let me into that journey with you and create that space for me to watch you grow too. So be sure you head to my Instagram feed to enter the giveaway. So one of you or one of your friends will win a copy of this new book. That is a wrap on my 185th Periscope broadcast. We laugh, we cry. It was a holy cow power hour. I'm going to let you get back to your evening, but thank you for hanging with me to the end. But it's really not the end. It's just the end of this broadcast, but we're really just only beginning. So I will see you guys in March. I love you so much and enjoy the rest of your BOGO week. Mwah. Love you guys.